What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a little bit random. Going to do some work on the track, do some work on the side-by-side in the shop, put a hitch on it, and possibly something else that I can't remember. So, gonna get my mom's help to load into the skid steer to work on the track because it's a bit of a pain. I don't have anything set up for that yet. So we'll start with that. I want to groom the track today because it has rained the last few days and it's a very short window of moisture staying in the ground, or else it's just a big dust pit. So that's why I'm getting at it right now. So I'll just throw my chair in the box. We'll take it up. So we're going to these. So now pull back on your right hand slow as you go. Just try pulling back on your right hand. Oh, these are tight. I don't know if we've ever had these on. Okay, forward a little bit. Oh man. Oh, there we go. Okay, so right hand back. And then that way, like your right hand to the left. Yeah. Okay. That should work. Okay. So, and then if you want to push the second button from the front, push the bottom, I think. Yeah. Perfect. So now, whatever level that's at, all you do is pull back and it'll tip it like for you, so it won't tip back. So it's pretty nice. So if you want to back up kind of that way and then over towards my gooseneck. All right, she hooked up, no problem. So now I'm gonna go get on the trailer and then into the cab. Quite the process. Got the old rusty trusty forks on there because they've got the plywood on there, kinda. Just picking it up quick. She ends up operating a lot of random things that I have here. Yeah, perfect. So then just go straight right with your left joystick and it'll square it up. Yeah. Okay, now just straight back a little bit. Going. Okay, and then right hand forward. And then, okay. And then I'll pull back a little bit, lift it up a bit. Okay, and then right, tip it forward. Okay, lift up a little bit more again. The forks are kind of bent back, yeah. Okay, and then tip it down, so right. Okay. Okay, I hop on. Okay, so now first that control straight back. Just slow and it'll level itself. A little bit more. Okay. And then push it right just a little bit. Okay. And then back just a bit. Okay. And then left hand forward slow, we'll pull in. Nice and smooth. Okay. And then right hand forward just a bit. Drop it down. Okay. Okay, and then right hand back till it's over your head. So you can see it auto leveling as it goes up. It's a nice feature for learners. Okay, and then pull in until the front's up there and it'll come up. So I got a fence post down there to kick the front of the tracks up a little bit, or else the door hits when you open it. So that one that way a bit. Yep, now forward, it'll come up. Good. Okay, you can open. You can shut it off. Perfect. And you kind of need to smack that this way. Yeah.
And then do you have a piece of plywood you put?
No, I just go over and put the front right on the step there.
Oops, you're missing on the left.
No, I want the wheels off. So it's just right on the middle.
Oh.
There we go. All right. Hope it's got gas. Oh, half a tank. Good. All right. That went good. That's the nice thing about these hand controls. They're pretty forgiving, especially when you're idled right down. Everything's slow. And there is some automatic features built in which make it nice. Which I turn them off as soon as I get in. All right, let's go switch these forks off. Front end when you don't have an attachment on, but tracks makes everything nice. So hook up to the bucket, and then it's got a button up here for the locking the bucket down, automatic, which is nice. Usually they're manual on the outside, and obviously I couldn't do that. Check that they're locked in. They are. We are good to go. So, as you can see, just this morning, it rained last night and it's already drying up, so that's why I'm getting on it quick. Yeah, as you can see, there's weeds growing all over. We had cattle in here, so they just tromped down everything, especially the jumps. They ruin the lips and everything. So just gonna get everything groomed up. The car jump over here, I'm gonna get in tip-top shape because, well, in the next videos, we'll probably be jumping some things. And I've got a very special guest coming up from down south. We're probably gonna jump some things, so get that all dialed in and the Razor track ready to go for the summer. forgiving, so they don't like any dips or holes or anything. Just need to take a skiff off there because there's about an inch bump in the middle, which will affect the way that it kicks the car. Make it nosedive a little bit because it'll double bounce the suspension. On to the next. There's even a puddle there. Very rare. Just working on the step up. Try and keep this as natural as possible. Step down. The upper part of the step up. It's quite a steep little 180 here. Spin it around pretty quick. Alright, here's the landing. Jump. Maybe you can see it way down there. This one is the smoothest jump on the track when you nail it. I'd really like to do a special trick here that hasn't been done in a side-by-side, which is jump up and land in a nose manual. Travis was trying it last year and off a little hump and couldn't quite get it, so yeah, it'd be cool to do it before him. I'm gonna properly film a lap of this track, and maybe I'll do some attempts at the nose wheelie on that one if you guys think that'd be cool to watch. Might need to adjust the jump a little bit, get some more kick to it though. Be a very, very technical trick. Yeah, looking good enough up here. Back down to the biggest jump on the track. This corner alone. I'll naturally work that in. And come around the corner to a very blind step up 85-ish foot double. Definitely the most nerve-wracking jump on the track. Look at that, already dusty here. So fast, especially under the trees where it doesn't get as much rain. Oh well, at least get rid of the cow footprints because they just smash the jumps. So I'm not changing anything, just pushing dirt up and dragging it back so it levels it out, makes it nice and smooth. It's for big jumps like this. Well, any jump in a four-wheel drive thing, aside from a little bit of braking gas, there's nothing you can do to adjust the trajectory once you leave. I mean, side to side, there is nothing you can do. Forward and back, if you hit the brakes hard enough, it'll tip your front end down, and gas, it'll bring it up a little bit, but not much. Yeah, looking pretty good. Get some ruts worn in there. All right. So, put the bucket over everything, so especially the jumps, didn't spend a ton of time on the landings. So yeah, that'll be good to go to hit and give rides to a few select people in the summer when there's no rain, driving the jumps and stuff, and corners and everything gets rutted up so fast because it's like flour, dirt, and yeah, puts ruts in the jumps really fast, but it'll be good for the next few rides anyway. All right, jumps are groomed back at the shop. Got the old putter in here, which we call the Kawasaki Mule. It's the putter. Couple things, boring, alignment, gonna do that because it's been put off for way too long since we got it like 3 years ago. Front tires are looking a little bald, backs are basically brand new. But the thing that I wanna do that I've also put off is put a proper hitch on the back of this thing. It doesn't have a hitch. We bolted this hook on just to be able to pull the sprinkler in the field because it's got a little chain, but no way to tow a trailer or anything like that. So super annoying. Obviously it can't tow a very big trailer, but we've got the little aluminum trailer and a couple other things, like actually pulling the hose reel to move it would be handy. So I don't have a plan yet. It's gonna come off the main frame there. That is not suspended, so the suspension's above that, so that's good. That attaches directly to the axle. So probably some tubes coming back off there, crossbar with a 2-inch receiver so we can slide in a hitch there is what I'm thinking. So we will get it lifted up to where I can work on it a little easier and have a look. Yeah, so as you can tell, these babies are worn because it is way towed in. So it's so bad that when you have it in 4-wheel drive, it's like fighting you. So get around to that. That's the tie rods back there. So we'll have to tighten them to tow it out a little bit. She doesn't get a whole lot of love. She just gets used and put away. So not necessarily gonna get some love today, but it's gonna get a hitch, so that's something. So yeah, I can see it a little better now. I'm going to pop these plastic end caps off, hope that the inside diameter of this tube is the right diameter to sleeve in some tube, or maybe pipe, whatever size it is. A little bit of a press fit would be nice, but not banking on it. Needs to come out far enough to clear these exhaust brackets. Across, we'll probably do another piece of square tube or a rectangle, notch it, and throw it between there, and then put the hitch on here. But I don't want to come out too far to clear this because then there's a lot of leverage from where it attaches to the axle. So these are all the factors that you have to take into account. I can go straight up and attach some kind of support bars down from up here. This is the bed, so I can't use that, but this is part of the frame, so I can use that. So I'll probably do that just to support in case we have something on that's a little heavier tongue weight. So just what I was worried about, it is some goofy size tube. It's like a 1/16 shy of 2 inches. So yeah, I don't think that's pipe or tube or anything. It's just some custom size that they made up from the factory just to make things difficult. So I could probably take some 2-inch tube and on the lathe turn it down so it would sleeve in, but I was kind of hoping to sleeve in like 4 inches, 5 inches type thing, and that would take a long time. I've only got a mini lathe. I could lathe like a 1/2 inch or even maybe 1 inch and slide it in. At least that'd be better than nothing, and then weld it on there. We'll go to the metal bin and see what we got. Maybe there's some pipe or some random piece that is closer to fitting that size. All right, yeah, I got the razor out, so it's ready to do some jumps, do some ride-alongs. So we do have some leftover 2-inch there. Maybe I'll take that piece in, give it a try. We'll get a smaller piece, that'll be better. Yeah, if not, a little bit slim pickings for that size. Bird crap over everything because they make nests up there and are super annoying. Yeah, I'll grab a couple pieces from here and see if they work. All right, so yeah, just as I thought, it's not right. So you can see the edges there. And also, quarter wall is way heavier than I was thinking of using. I was just going to do 1/8 because it's only a short distance that it's sticking out before it goes across, but maybe I'll try this quarter wall, because then once I turn it down in the lathe, there's still tons of meat left. And I guess overkill is better than underkill. So we'll pop this hook off because it won't be needed anymore. It's only one-sided anyway. This is just angle, so it doesn't even capture the bottom. So it's not great to begin with. Held on by one bolt. Pop that off and carry on. All right, so we're going with the 2-inch quarter wall tube. I've decided that 4 inches long is enough. We'll try and sink at least 1/2 inch into the existing frame to stabilize it a bit. Sleeve that, make it kind of a press fit while they're on the outside, and that'll still allow 3 to 3.5 inches outside, which is lots to clear the exhaust bracket and still have room for a bar to go across. So cutting it on the chop saw, 2 4-inch chunks. Off to the lathe. So this is my mini lathe. It is obviously not the best, but for the amount I lathe things, it's done pretty well. So we'll see if it can do this. Okay, we'll get a quick measure of the ID. Yes, I'm using calipers, not micrometers or something stupid. This is a farm, not a machine shop. You're lucky I'm not using a measuring tape. So, something like that. 1.942. That's a stupid size. All right, let's go see what she'll do. And keep in mind with this, you're taking material off of both sides, so yeah, just as I was thinking, I already went too far. That didn't take long. Well, I think I'm going to take it a little bit further, and then I'll go a little bit less. Yeah. My precision marking tools. Some may call meat markers. Yeah, we'll go to take 7/8 off of it. It's a good round number. We can probably hammer that in, so we're going to call it good. Press fit. So the first portion should slide in pretty easy. And then the second part is going to hammer in there. So that's actually perfect. We'll call that like a taper. Yeah, a little sledge-a-rooski because it's not perfect here. I'm going to go do the other one, make it look like this, and we'll be right back. All right, that is it. So, let's see if this one fits quick. And then we'll get to, well, we'll pick a piece of square tube and then we'll notch that. get to getting. Assuming this other side's exactly the same. Yep, that'll pound in. Beefy. Sweet, found a shorter chunk. Probably gonna be just an inch short. Oh, for once, it is gonna be bang on. Beautiful. Okay. I'm having second thoughts. So I was gonna notch this square tube and put it up to that, like that, but I might actually, if there's enough, just put it on the end like that, because it would cap these and get us a little further away from the muffler. So I'll do some thinking on that. Well, whatever I do, I have to hammer in these tubes to get measurements. So that one on that side, we'll taper one on this side. It's a little tighter actually, so that'll work good. So that would be very hard to get out. That one's a little lighter, but you could probably still get it out. Ooh, okay, so it's a little short for being able to do that idea. I'm just not 100% certain I made it long enough to clear that muffler. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that on the outside idea. Dang it. Why can't it be 3/4 of an inch longer? I could always cut this in half and put the 2-inch receiver between, because that would give us enough. Yeah, I might actually do that, because right now if I put it over top, it's going to run into this stupid muffler drain that no one ever takes out, because why would you? And if it was down here, it could go right into the receiver and there'd be room. So I think that's actually what I'm going to do. So I think I've got this 2-inch receiver. I think I am going to do that. I'm going to go between, because it's just going to give me a little more space. And in poking around, I noticed that this muffler has a giant hole in it. Stupid muffler drain that no one ever takes out, because why would you? So this job might have just gotten more time consuming. Two nuts there, pop this off, even though that's not connected to there. Try and patch it up the best I can and put it back on without breaking any bolts, which, yeah, we'll see. And then fixing this won't be any fun, so we might replace it. All right, well, this is about the most annoying repair you can do. Rusty, very thin, but I really don't want to buy a new one of these and spend probably a couple $100 on something not cool. So I think we got some sheet metal around here. Clean this up a bit, put a patch over it. Unfortunately, it's right where the mount is welded on, but considering it wasn't even on before, I'm not too worried about it. We'll get it on there. Do a couple patches and well, buy it another couple years anyway. Oof. This is not going to be a pretty repair. Just paper thin everywhere. So, I'll bend up a little chunk of this, cut it out, and do what I can. Might even go right over to this, or at least there's something to weld onto. Yikes. So this corner here can be square all the way out to here. A little notch out of there. And then, yeah, I'll do that side square too. Very, very precise stuff. Something like that. Okay. Grab a square. Something like that. Something like that. All right. Probably shouldn't have bent it already, but I did. Two. Okay, clean this up a little bit and then I'll finish bending its shape. All right, here goes nothing. This is not gonna be pretty. I bent it a little more, by the way, in the vise, so fits a bit better. Oh, this sucks. There's spots that I might actually be mixing up some JB weld because it's literally paper thin in some spots, so. This is going to be boring. I'm going to finish this and I'll bring you back when I'm done. All right, well, it's not the best. It's not the worst. Had to do another patch on the end because it kept blowing through. If you don't live somewhere, or if you do live somewhere that doesn't have rust, consider yourself very lucky because it sucks working with this stuff. And our area is not even the worst. So anyways, like I said, it'll hold up for another couple years and do its job, be a little quieter. So gotta get the mount back on and then we can throw this puppy back on. Okay, so we won't really be able to put this bracket on until it's kind of held in place here, and then I can weld it on while it's in place. So I'm just trying to think of the order in which I do things, but I think I can get the muffler back on without getting in the way of too much stuff. And then I'll have to bring the welder over here with the extension cord and all that junk. All right, muffler is installed, both mounts on. So now I'm gonna clean up around here to weld, get those puppies welded on, and then we can get to actually doing the hitch. So I did pull this one out because I could. This one, not a chance because it is press fit. Okay, I'll get those welded on and then we can start worrying about measuring things. Okay, those puppies are in there solid. I only welded the top kind of 3/4, but that's plenty. So now I'll measure that, the width from outside to outside, and I will cut 2 pieces that equal that minus the receiver piece in the middle, if that makes sense. Okay, cutting the crossbar now. So the overall width is 25.5 minus this receiver, which is 2.5. So we're cutting 2 pieces 11.5 inches long to go on the outside of this, and that'll make up the crossbar. It's not a quiet saw, that's for sure, but it works good. So much better than an abrasive saw. But the sound is definitely abrasive. All right, there's our 2 pieces. So now come back. Yeah, probably gonna get this cleaned up first, but here's the idea. I'll weld onto either side of that. Keep enough room to get the pin through there, and then we'll weld it on. So I'll weld it instead of right in the middle, since this is thicker. I'm going to weld it at the bottom, keeps it up a little bit, and that should work. is on there. Spin it around, finish, weld that on all sides. Okay. That is, come on, all 4 sides. Happy with that. It's not going anywhere. Let's go see how badly I messed up on the machine. All right. The old finger measure, and it feels absolutely perfect, so that's cool. I'll probably get some clamps and clamp it on there so I can fine adjust it, and then I can weld it onto the machine. Okay, here's the part where another set of hands would be really beneficial, but don't have that, so you figure it out. So it's gonna be high, obviously, but I'll get it clamped and then I can tap it down, is what I'm thinking. Even still, it's not the easiest. Okay. Should be able to get it. Down low, snug. Keep this set off, slide it down, back this off a bit. Okay, now tighten that. Now I'll get a hammer and I can fine tune it, because it's sticking over this end a bit. Alright, that's, well, maybe I went a little too far. Almost perfect. Alright, something like that. Kind of eyeball the up and down. Alright, that is ready to weld. For those of you that don't like this corner on the round, well, too bad, because I don't either, but once you weld it and forget about it, you'll forget about it. So, time to weld. Got the little 1-inch square cut, little angles there, going up to the subframe, weld those in, and then I'll move on to cleaning everything up and hitting it with the spray bomb. All right, I am done. I ran out of welding wire, and for once, I ran out pretty much exactly when I was done. I had half of the backside of the top of the 1-inch left, so like half an inch of welding left to do. So doesn't matter, gonna leave it. I'm stoked because we don't have another roll here. So tomorrow we can grab some, but there is the finished product, minus paint. 2 little uprights there. That is gonna be strong as could be. So since I ran into the muffler issue, I was gonna do another, or start a little project today that'll be fun. But since the muffler ended up taking, well, pretty much double the time I was expecting, not gonna get to it today. What I'm getting to, I haven't really pulled it out, but got this thing we used for filming a few years ago. It actually only worked for about 10 seconds, and then there was something wrong with the computer, so we never used it. Christian, my buddy from Bowhead, kind of made a little something to put your front casters in, and it would pull your chair around. What it's meant to do is actually hook to your chair with little clamps. Part of it's up there on the wall, but I don't have the other parts. I want something that's just a platform that I can pull my chair onto. Any upright that wants to use it can hop on and use it, but just kind of like a Lime scooter, or the little rental scooters, electric scooters. Yeah, for zipping around, I can go up to the house, go up the hill, whatever. So it's gonna be a little platform with some wheels on the back that I can just wheel onto, set my brakes, and go. So that's going to take a few hours in itself, so I won't be getting to it, but let me know if you want me to film that and show you on another episode. And also let me know if you enjoy this kind of stuff in the shop, working on odds and ends. For the rest of the day, I'm just going to adjust the toe in on the putter, but that's really not exciting. So I refuse to show that. But that's going to do it for this episode. Really appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you on the next one. Well, I got a chance to see the hitch in action. We've got this empty boat trailer here that needs to go up top. So we'll hook the old putter on and see how the hitch works. Since the hitch is so low, got the big drop / lift hitch on there. Probably be a little higher than this, but it should work well. 6 inches. Yeah, good. Obviously a lot handier than hooking it up to a pickup. Do maneuvers like this. Sweet. Taking it up top. Perfectly level. Winner, winner. Not gonna get any speeding tickets, but it's doing the job.